All right, so you're no longer paycheck to paycheck. You start stacking up enough money to do some damage, maybe 30, 50, 100K, and you're now faced with the challenge of how to invest that money. And if you're like most people, every 2 weeks, your paycheck hits and some fraction of that money then gets invested into VTSAX, VU, or some mutual fund, and it will sit there forever just slowly growing until it's accumulated to something significant when you're 70 and pretty much half dead. And if you're just buying stocks, I'm telling you, you're leaving money on the table. Now, whatever the case may be, the option selling strategy I'm about to explain can juice your returns by an extra 5 to 10% per year and require just as little time as sitting there on a Friday transferring your money into some Vanguard fund. What I'm going to cover in this video is number 1, what returns do we actually have to beat? Number 2, what is the wheel strategy? And number 3, how can I implement it? I mean, seriously, guys, if you have the wherewithal to make 100K, and I know you're not stupid because you clicked on this video, I will nearly guarantee you that within the first 30 to 60 days after you watch this video, you can make an extra $500 to $1,000 with just a few simple clicks if you follow and implement the strategy I'm going to talk about. And listen, this strategy is really nothing revolutionary. In fact, it's really not all that different from the buy and hold that you're used to, with just one extra step. An extra step that pays you in advance for buying a stock that you already like at a discount. And the best part is, most people don't even know this strategy exists. Okay, so you might be asking, what does this idiot with his bed on the floor actually know about managing my money? Well, let me tell you. If you guys are new here, my name is John. I run Option Lab, and in 2024, I generated roughly $2 million in profit from option selling strategies like the one I'm about to explain. I've helped hundreds of others literally shit money with option selling strategies. And if you are already busy thumbing away at a hate comment, I'll refresh my account on screen right here. I also tracked every single trade I took live in 2024 on a massive spreadsheet. Pop that up here. If you guys want to download it like a dork, you can go click in the description and look through it. Anyway, let's get into the simple option selling framework that is going to help you outperform your mutual fund and provide you an extra 1,000 or 2 per month with less than 1 hour per week. All right, so let's set the bar. What kind of returns does the average investor actually get, and what are we trying to beat here? We need to know kind of like what the benchmark is, because we want to see exactly how this strategy stacks up against what most people are doing and why it might possibly be a better use of your capital. Because if you're going to put in any effort at all, even 30 minutes per week, it better be worth more than just blindly stuffing your money into a mutual fund or even a money market account. Okay, so let's talk some numbers. Right now, your money market fund, basically a glorified savings account, might be yielding about 4 to 5% per year. That's not bad, especially considering it's literally just sitting there. Then you have your mutual funds and ETFs, VTSAX, VU, all that good stuff. And historically, they average about 7 to 10% annually over the very long term. And that's if the market doesn't eat shit for a year or two. But here's the catch with that. You're invested in that the whole time. You have to wait it out, right? You have no control, no cash flow. You're just dollar cost averaging essentially and praying that Powell or Trump doesn't just wake up one day and tank your portfolio after a single press conference. Okay, so let's establish that the benchmark here to beat is about 5 to 10% annually, and that's the most minimal effort way that people are investing their money. So I'm telling you right now, selling options the way I'm about to show you can add an extra 5 to 10% on top of that per year, sometimes even more, without you having to do anything drastic. You still end up owning the same stocks you would have bought anyway, but you're buying them smarter and you're getting paid first. Okay, so what is the wheel strategy? Let's break this down really simple, because I want you to leave this video with full and utter confidence to implement this strategy right away. So the wheel strategy is basically just a 3-step game. Number 1, you sell a put. And for doing so, you get paid a premium up front. This means you're agreeing to buy a stock you already like at a predetermined strike price, but only if it drops to a cheaper price than you choose. So in return, you get paid a premium up front just for being willing to buy that stock at that strike price. Now, if the stock stays above that strike price by expiration, you keep that premium and do not have to purchase any shares of stock. Number 2, If the stock drops and you get what's called assigned shares, you just bought the stock at a discount and you got paid to wait to buy it at that strike price that you would have purchased at it anyway. Number 3, once you own those shares, you can then sell covered calls on those shares. That's just agreeing to sell the stock at a higher price later. Again, someone pays you for that agreement. And if the covered calls expire worthless, you can sell more the week after. In this respect, owning the shares can be a money-making device if you can continuously keep selling covered calls on them until you eventually then lose the stock. Then the whole thing repeats, like a wheel, hence the name. So you're literally getting paid before and after for owning a stock that you would have owned at that price anyway. Now, if this is all confusing and you want me to just show you exactly how to implement this to your own account in the next 30 days, just click the link below and you can book a 30-minute strategy call with me. I've been talking to a bunch of you guys and seeing a ton of success, so let's keep that momentum going. All right, so now let's talk about implementation, because if this sounds too complex or intimidating, you'll never actually pull the trigger. So let's break this down very simple, and I'll show you how easy this actually is. Okay, so step 1 is gonna be making a short watch list. Just 3 to 5 quality stocks that you'd love to own long-term. Stuff you believe in, stuff you wouldn't mind holding through a couple of rough quarters if it actually came to that. Then all you do is wait. You're not chasing, you're just monitoring those stocks and looking for spots where the price dips or volatility spikes, because when IV is high, option premium is then higher, and it's better to be an option seller. Those are going to be your opportunities to sell cash secured puts on the stocks on your watch list. So let's say you've got 20,000 saved up and you want to own the stock AMD. Say it's trading at 160, but you'd rather buy it at a discount. So you go in and you sell to open a 150 strike price put that expires in 2 weeks. The market pays you, say, $3.50 per share. So that's $350 that you just made in cash for agreeing to buy that stock if it dips to the price that you already like, which is 150. Then 2 things can essentially happen. Number 1, AMD drops to 150 or below, and then you get assigned shares of stock and you buy that stock at 150, which was the ideal price that you wanted to own it at anyway. And you still keep that $350 in premium, which lowers the cost basis of those shares. Number 2, or scenario 2, would be AMD staying above 150, and this is the best scenario, right? Because you don't actually buy the stock, you still keep the $350 in premium, and then you can then sell another put for the week after. So you can just keep repeating this process over and over. And what do you then do once you own the shares? You can flip the stock by selling covered calls at a higher price, say 165 strike price covered calls, and then get paid again. So that's really it. You're getting paid on both ends, before and after owning the stock. You're essentially getting paid to wait, lowering your cost basis, and setting up a system that produces consistent income, all while building the same portfolio of stocks that you were planning to own anyway. And if you are serious about learning more about the strategy, not just in theory, but actually doing it in your account, click the link in the description. You can book a one-on-one call with me personally, and I'll walk you through it step by step. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.